once again right on board with Stuart Nichols at the start of the race, and it's a good start from the pole carving class. See, that's Jim Davies. He moves ahead of Luke Austin off the line. A good start there for Clive Morfitt. He moves in front of Nichols, but at the front it's Guy Hefford. He's come from the outside of row 1 to go to the lead. Matt Wallace, the pole car, down to second, but he attacks Guy Hefford off of Redgate. But Hefford stays in the lead, so he leads from Wallace. Third is Hinson, fourth is Palmer, fifth Robinson, sixth is Davies, seventh Austin, and then the rest of the pack come 2 by 2 down the hill. The crater curves up to second. It's got Paul Hinson. He's gone up on the inside and following him through there, Matt Palmer. So Wallace goes down to fourth. He was second. He's going to lose another place now. Good George Robinson, I think that is, isn't it? Going side by side with him up into McLean's. So Robinson should pull ahead of him as well. Yes, and now Jim Davies is going to come past the pole car. Matt Wallace falling down the order as Davies in the Class C car dives up on the inside into Coppice. We can ride on board with Luke Austin, who will be the next car to attack Wallace. But now Wallace back in the queue of cars. He shouldn't be hoping to lose any positions, but now it's the long straight down towards the Essex chicane. So Wallace is going to think about going defensive here to Luke Austin. He sort of sets the car in the middle of the road. As well, if Jim Davies was a bit early on the brakes, Wallace could have attacked him. Wallace goes into very deep, and now Luke, and off the road, Paul Hinson. Paul Hinson on the grass. He's Moses was second, heading into the chicane. Luke Austin now attacking on the outside of Wallace down to Redgate, side by side in front as well, because Jim Davies trying to come around the outside to get third off of Guy Hefford. Can't do that. So it's Matt Palmer the lead, second George Robinson, third side by side between Hefford, who's falling down. Perhaps it was contact maybe between him and Paul Hinson. Something went on between the two of them. Perhaps he had to take a void in action. But Jim Davies now round the outside of the crater curves out, giving the inside for the old hairpin. So now Jim Davies moves up a position then side by side under yellow flag conditions though through the old hairpin, because the car in the gravel trap, I think that's Rebecca Jackson, and Davies is in front of Guy Hefford. Fifth is Matt Wallace. Sixth Luke Austin. So Austin didn't make it through. They now turn for the right hander of McLean. Big lead though for Matthew Palmer. Second Robinson. Third now Davies. Through Coppice they go. Davies already driving away from Hefford, who's got Wallace and Austin right on his tail. And Clive Morfitt, we can see there in the rear-view mirror, as well as Stuart Nichols. So they all make their way now down towards the chicane. Wallace again having to defend hard to Luke Austin, who's trying to come round the outside into the chicane, but late on the brakes from Matt Wallace, so he stays in front. Jim Davies leads his secure cars in for third. Hefford there in fourth. Austin carries the speed out of the chicane, draws up alongside Matt Wallace. So they head down towards Redgate corner. And here they are then. Austin perhaps with his nose in front, but he has got the outside line, so Wallace takes the line, but then runs out wide. Luke Austin has to cut back, and he's already got it done. So number 44, Luke Austin there, moves up a position. So he is now fifth. Guy Hefford slightly broke away side by side between Wells and Hinson behind. Paul Hinson trying to come back through. He's got the inside line for the crater curve. Now has Michael Wells. No, he hasn't got the inside line, so he drops the position. Recovery of Rebecca Jackson happens down the bottom of the old hairpin. So fifth Austin, sixth Wallace, seventh Morfitt, eighth Nichols. Yes, Michael Wells coming back at Paul Hinson now as they go side by side into McLean's. Wells on the inside, Hinson on the outside. Hinson a multiple time race winner in 2012, lose out to Michael Wells, who won for the first time last meeting at Anglesey. We ride on board now with Stuart Nichols. He's a few car lengths now behind Clive Morfitt, who's just making a break at the moment as they head now down towards the chicane. And in front as well, Luke Austin driving away from Matt Wallace at the moment. Wallace had the pace in race one. It seemed to faded away slightly in this second race, and only hasn't faded away at all. It's Jim Davies. He just set the fastest lap of the race, and now he's onto the back of George Robinson. One of the number one of the more successful drivers this year. Multiple time race winner is George Robinson, including two at Donington Park. He is one of the championship contenders along with Guy Hefford and Paul Hinson and Matthew Palmer, who want himself into that championship battle now. Robinson carrying the speed through the old hairpin and just pulling out the gap. Stuart Nichols dives up on the inside of Clive Morfitt. He can't get it done there though, and now perhaps loses momentum as they head down towards McLean. So Clive Morfitt stays in front in the number 9 car, the 88 we ride on board with. Second in Class C, of course Jim Davies leading the Mark III Roadster race. But Stuart Nichols then up towards McLean as we go. Morfitt has managed to pull out a little bit, but now Paul Hinson trying to close them in. Stuart Nichols fighting through the steering wheel, going through McLean's there. Now up towards Coppice we go for the long run down the straight. Of course, Coppice, a long right hand to it, continues for quite a good period of time before we get onto this back straight, heading down towards the bridge, the famous Dunlop Bridge now gone. The much tighter chicane than what it used to be here at Donington Park. Early was the brakes through the chicane, and now actually a longer stretch to the start to the red gate, and that's exactly where Jim Davies is, and he's got in front of George Robinson, and he's got Guy Hefford there in the number 50 car right behind him. So Hefford now really putting the pressure on to George Robinson as we head through the crater curve. Jim Davies is blown away, a novice driver in 2012. Jim Davies, and now Hefford looks to the inside. Robinson defends that. Hefford sitting right in the wheel tracks of George Robinson as they head through the old hairpin now underneath Starkey's Bridge and head up towards McLean's. Can Guy Hefford think about a way through here, because they are nothing separating the two cars as they head now through the right-hander of McLean's. And who is off? Ben Rowe into the gravel, number 21. He was in the gravel at Redgate in race 1. He's into the gravel at the old hairpin in race 2. Meanwhile, replay here as Paul Hinson makes his way past Stuart Nichols into old hairpin. Now lap 1 replay with Mick Nichols through the chicane, and a bit of contact there with the 47 car of James McCutcheon. Paul Hinson found his way past Stuart Nichols, as we see. He's now found his way past Clive Morfitt. So the number 2 car, Paul Hinson, on a charge as he works his way up the order. His next target will be Matthew Wallace. Michael Wells also going to soon be attacking Stuart Nichols, so they head down towards the old depot. Then we've got Paul Grimmett leading this next trio of cars at Hudson behind, and the 76 car of Nick Firth, car that Patrick Mortel has raced this year at Hampton Park. And Michael Nichols, another replay with him. This is, look, the recovery of Becca Jackson. That one under yellow flags. He found himself on the grass, slid back on. Have to adjust his rear view mirror as well. Now, a replay was just happened a moment ago. Michael Nichols diving up on his own Stuart Nichols, running out wide, pushing Stuart Nichols off the road. Makes his way back on though. We've lost a bit of time there. Back to the action, and Luke Austin on the attack. He's closed in this Robinson and Hefford battle, and now he gets the cut back. He can't make anything of it though, so the 3 of them head now round the crater curves. 3rd, 4th and 5th in the overall race. Down into the old hairpin. Should even say 4th, yeah it is. 3rd, 4th and 5th, it was just that back marker just up the road that slightly caught me out there. They turn their way through the old hairpin and head off up towards Coppice Corner. Robinson staying in front of Guy Hefford for the moment, and they now pass, I think it must be Amy Atkinson being lapped there, number 30 car. So now onto the brakes, into the chicane they go. Robinson still defending, but it's 2nd in Class B, so that's where the points will be going. And down towards Redgate, Luke Austin going to go for his usual wide line, attacking out. No, Oh, yes, he goes for it late, but diving to the inside. Guy Hefford can't find a way through because George Robinson's car planted right on the apex of the corner, and the two cars almost inseparable now as they turn on to Hollywood, and smoke appearing from the back of Guy Hefford's car. What's going on here as he still attacks George Robinson? And flames, the car's on fire. Guy Hefford, there's lots and lots of flames coming out. Now the car spins, and Matt Wallace has spun as well. Guy Hefford now spinning the car on the grass. I don't know if that was him trying to put the fire out. There as he gets out the car very quickly, unsurprisingly. We've got Wallace in the gravel. We've got somebody spinning down the craters there. Hefford getting back to his car, probably to put the fire extinguishers on. Slippery surface flags now out. Hopefully nobody else will go off. Hefford going back to a place of safety in that car that spun, making its way between Hefford and his car. Red flags unsurprisingly out here at Donington Park. Right, on board with Luke Austin, this should be interesting. There's the smoke going through Hollywood. Austin realising there may well be some sort of fluid coming out of there. Then we can see the fire. Luke Austin keeping off the lines that Guy Hefford taking as much as possible. Then Guy Hefford's car spinning to the inside. There are the flames. Very dramatic scenes here at Donington Park in the Toyota MR2 race. Something we hardly ever see. They can see Matt Wallace spinning on the fluid. Oh, look like Hefford's car putting down. Thankfully he's okay, but the race being ended there. Matt Palmer even, your race winner, from Jim Davies taking second. Third went to George Robinson, fourth Luke Austin, and in fifth position was the recovering Paul Hinson.